So we're going to start in a standing posture. We're going to come to the head of our mat. We're going to grip our feet into the mat, knees bent, tails tucked. Just take a moment to stand tall and start to roll the shoulders forwards. Nice big deliberate movement. Let yourself start to feel as you go back the opposite way. Nice and slow. Drawing the shoulder blades down the back, palms facing forwards. And as you stand tall, invite you to lower the chin to the chest. Just have a gentle rock of the chin from left to right as you explore through the neck. Again, if this is enough, keep doing this. Otherwise, take the head into a large circle. The back of the head across the shoulders, chin across the chest. And then go back the opposite way. Nice and slow. Coming back into the centre, so you can then stand tall and strong and proud like a mountain. Follow the next gentle breath into the centre of you to find the peace and calm and stillness that waits for you throughout your day. If we do anything else, I invite you to join me in taking 3 lion's breaths to help balance you. Fully inflate the lungs, stick the tongue down to the chin and force all the air out. Even bigger breaths. Last one. Good. Just relax the face and jaw if you haven't already. Looking in the eyebrows or placing a big artificial smile on the face. So you can relax the bottom jaw, waggling it. When you're happy, just bring the lips back together, tip of the tongue and the roof of the mouth. And start to come into your Ujjayi ocean and 3-part breath. Drink it in deep through the nose into your belly as the chest expands. Fully inflate the lungs. Then take twice as long to release from the top of the lungs. Side trips go back in, drawing the tummy in and up, engaging the pelvic floor, then release and repeat. If nothing else, just breathe deeply. And as you do, on the next inhale, swoop those arms high above you, breath to movement. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up, long flat back. And exhale, release your hands down. Step, jump or walk your way back into a plank. Bring the shoulders over the wrists, drop the knees if you need, and then exhale yourself down through your chaturangas. Inhale to your back bend of choice, either a baby cobra, a cobra, or an upward dog. Whichever works for you, squeeze the buttocks, press out of the hands, puff the chest. Then exhale, press back into downward dog, having a little walk. Just exploring, feeling. So that when you're happy, you can look to your hands and step, jump or walk your way to the head of your mat, forward fold. Just let yourself drip down. So that when you're happy, you can place the hands on the hips, along back and bend the knees, and inhale yourself all the way up. And then exhale, release the hands to the sides. We'll go again. Inhale, swoop those arms high above you, breath to movement. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up, long flat back. And then exhale, release the hands down. Step, jump or walk your way back into a plank. Bring the shoulders over the wrists, drop the knees if you need. Then exhale, lower yourself down through chaturangas. Inhale to your back bend of choice. And then exhale, press back into downward dog. Again, having a little walk or a wag. And when you're happy, look to your hands, step, jump or walk your way to the head of your mat, forward fold. And once you're there, engage the core. On the next inhale, swoop those arms forward, reaching high, standing tall, big breaths. And then start to think chair pose. Exhale, sit down into a little chair. Tuck the tail, draw the arms back in, long necks. Go a little bit deeper and further back. And deeper yet. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up, long flat back. So you can exhale, release the hands down. Step, jump or walk your way back into your plank. Bring the shoulders over the wrists, drop the knees if you need, and then exhale, lower yourself down through your chaturangas. Inhale to your back bend of choice. Then exhale, press back into downward dog. Lion's breath if you need it. Start to think left leg, look to your hands. Exhale, step the left leg forward. Left knee over your ankle. High or low crescent lunge. Inhale, sweep those arms above you. Draw the arms back into the shoulders, tuck the tail, then exhale, sink into the high, drop in the right knee for low, and then bring the arms into cactus arms, L shapes. So you can puff the chest, draw the elbows and shoulder blades towards each other. Puff the chest, hang the head off the back, breathe into it. Big breath. Squeeze the right buttock. Then exhale, slowly lower the hands down. From here, we're going to step forwards into a forward fold. Once there, engage the core. On the next inhale, swoop those arms forward, reaching high, standing tall. Think chair pose. Exhale, sit down into your chairs. Tuck the tails, draw the arms back in, long necks. Go a little bit deeper. Go deeper yet. Then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up, long flat back. So you can exhale, release the hands down. Step, jump or walk your way back into your plank. Bring the shoulders over the wrists, drop the knees if you need. And then exhale, slowly lower yourself down through your chaturangas. Inhale to your back bend of choice. Then exhale, press back into downward dog. Start to think a right leg. Look to your hands, exhale, step the right leg forward. Right knee over the ankle, doesn't matter how many attempts. High or low crescent lunge, sweep the arms above you. Draw the arms back into the shoulders. Tuck the tail, then exhale, sink into it. Squeeze the left buttock, reach the hands behind you. Big breaths. And as we hold this, I invite you to take the hands behind the backs now. Interlace the fingers, draw the shoulder blades down. Puff the chest, hang the head off the back. Breathe and sink. So the next inhale, you can release the hands forward, framing the right foot. From here, we're going to step forward into a forward fold. Once there, on the next inhale, sweep those arms forward, reaching high, standing tall. You're going to transfer the weight to the right foot. Bring the left heel behind you, taking hold of the left foot or ankle with the left hand. Try and have the knees together or hips width apart. If you need to hold on to something, or if you need to do this lying on your right hand side, then do. Otherwise, press the foot away, press the hips forward. Either staying here or starting to pivot forward. Coming into a little dance, so keeping those shoulders and hips parallel to the floor. Big breaths. Start to think warrior two. We're going to release the left leg, step to the back of the mat, opening ourselves up for a warrior two. If it feels good, heel into the back arch. Shoulders over the hips, front knee pointing through those toes, and then sink into it. If you've crept forward, draw yourself back, tuck the tail, grip into the mat. Reverse warrior. Place the left hand down on the back leg, turn the right palm to the ceiling, and bring it over the top. Sink into it, either looking down at the back foot or the top hand. Then when you're ready, exhale, windmill both hands forward, framing the right foot. Sweep the right leg back, plank. Bring the shoulders over the wrists, drop the knees if you need. Then exhale, lower yourself down through your chaturangas. Inhale to your back bend of choice. Then exhale, press back into downward dog. Lion's breath if you're losing your breath. When you're ready, look to your hands, walk your feet up the side of the mat to come into your yogic squat. If it's too much, forward fold and we'll meet you there. Otherwise, have a little rock, open up the hips. If you need to, place your heels on a block, hands on a block, or even sit on a block. But if you'd like to, roll the shoulder blades down the back, press the elbows into the thighs into the elbows. Puff the chest, lengthen through the neck, and breathe. And when you're happy, on the next exhale, release the hands down, lift the hips, walk the feet underneath you, forward fold. When you're happy, on the next inhale, sweep those arms forward, reaching high, standing tall. Transfer the weight to the left foot. Bring the right heel behind you, taking hold of the foot, creating that L shape. Press the foot away, press the hips forward. Give a little bend in the left leg, either staying here, or holding on to something, or lying on your left hand side, or pivoting forwards. Whichever works for you, try to keep the hips and shoulders parallel to the floor. Press the foot away, press out of the left foot. Big breaths. Fight the balance. So when you're ready, think warrior two. You're going to step to the back of the mat with the right foot. Set yourself, heel into the back arch. Shoulders over the hips, knee pointing through those toes. Sink into it. Try not to creep forward. Draw yourself back. Tuck the tail, grip the feet into the mat. Think reverse warrior, place the right hand down, Left palm to the ceiling, bring it over the top, sink back into the front leg, either looking down at the back leg or to the top hand. Then from here, we're going to press out of the left leg, bringing the arms into cactus arms. We're going to turn the left foot to the side of the mat, turn the feet out to 45 degrees, tuck the tail, and then sit down into a goddess. We're not doing a squat, have a little rock from side to side, find that neutral position. Make sure your knees are either on the inside or above your ankles. You haven't ended up in this kind of posture. If you have, just walk the feet wide and then have a little pulse and go a little bit deeper. Make sure those knees haven't collapsed inwards. Bring them back in line so the knees point through the toes, knees over the ankles. 5-pointed star, come off the heels, straighten the legs so you're balancing on the balls of the feet. Back into your goddess, sit straight down, tuck the tail. Splay the hands, engage the arms, add that little pulse, find the middle point. 5-pointed star, reach up high. This time turn the heels to the back of the mat as it is now. Anchor the heels to the floor. If it's going to be too much, hands on the hips. Otherwise, exhale, forward fold. Release yourself down. Having a little rock of the hips, tensing the thighs, gripping the feet into the mat. Either being supported or unsupported. Either way, breathe into those hamstrings. Deepen those inhales and lengthen those exhales. On the next inhale, come halfway up. Long flat back because you turn the feet out to 45 degrees. And then from here, we're going to exhale, walk the hands to the left foot. Take a block with you if you need. Frame the left foot and release the head and shoulders down. Evenly distribute the weight as you breathe down the open ribs. Big breaths. Try and have that feeling that you're still in the Y-leg shaped legs, or V shape. Hands back to the front. And then exhale, walk them around to the right. Take the block with you if you need. Release the head and shoulders. Big breaths. Breathe through those open ribs. And when you're happy, on the next inhale, come back to the front. So you can place your hands on the block again, especially if you're struggling to get the back long and flat. Puff the chest to the floor, lengthen through the neck. Anchor the left hand on the deck or the block. Then inhale, sweep the right arm up. Puff the chest to the right. If that left hip's dropped, bring it back up. Little bend in the left arm as you either keep the right arm straight or take the back of the right hand, place it onto the left hip and draw the shoulder open. Either way, keep puffing the chest, keep the back and neck long and breathe. Evenly distribute the weight between your feet and your left hand. On the next inhale, release the right hand down, anchor it. And once there, on the next inhale, sweep the left arm up. Puff the chest to the left. If the right hip's dropped, bring it back up. Redistribute the weight, and if it feels too much for that left shoulder, take the back of the left hand, place it onto the right hip and draw the shoulder open. Long necks, long flat back. Big breaths. Place the left hand down, and once there, still with those feet at 45 degrees, you can sink into one leg, bending it, straighten the opposite, or hold, or float. Or if it's all too much, return back into the wide-legged forward fold. You can do it unsupported, where you have prayer posture hands and just float. Or if you like the supported version, you can always add that little hitch of the shoulders to help you create space around the back. But you take the left shoulder to the right, and then you take the right shoulder to the left. Try and come up onto the heel of the straight leg, sitting behind the bent one. Do a couple more. So when you're happy, you can make your way back to the front of your mat, framing the front foot, sweep the front foot back into a plank, bring the shoulders over the wrists, drop the knees if you need, then exhale, lower yourself down through your chaturanga. Inhale to your back bend of choice. Exhale, press back into your downward dog. Start to think pigeon or deer, right leg, look to the hands, exhale, sweep the right shin forward. Sinking into your pigeon. But if you're tight this morning, sit onto your right buttock and thigh for a deer, or even use a block underneath. Try and have the right thigh parallel to the side of the mat. Right foot pointing to the end of the mat, just protect that knee. Soften it by drawing the heel towards you, otherwise lengthen through the back. Lean into the left, square off those hips and shoulders, staying up high or going down low. And breathe. Deepen those inhales and lengthen those exhales. Inhale, come back up onto your hands, tuck the left toes, raise the left leg and sweep the right leg back into a plank. If you're on your backs, just change legs. Otherwise, press back into a downward dog and just have a little walk. When you're ready, start to think left leg, pigeon or deer. Look to your hands, exhale, sweep the left shin to the front of your mat as best you can. Sinking into your pigeon, resting onto your left back and thigh for a deer or going onto your back for a figure of four. Left thigh parallel to the side of the mat though. Left shin is parallel to the end of the mat, pointing the left foot to the end as well. Lengthen through the spine, lean into the right, square off those hips and shoulders, and then breathe. Deepen those inhales, and lengthen those exhales. Come back up onto your hands, roll onto your left buttock and thigh, sweep the right leg forward and come into a cross-legged posture. If it's too much, diamond legs or straight, shuffle the hips back, sit on a block if you need, and inhale the arms above you. Grow to the ceiling so you can exhale, twist to the left. Left hand down behind you, right hand on the outside of the left leg, puff the chest, look over the shoulder and breathe into that rotation. On the next inhale, come back into the center, reach high, grow to the ceiling. And then exhale, twist to the right, right hand down behind you. Left hand on the outside of the right leg, puff the chest, sit tall, look over the right shoulder before closing your eyes, and then breathe. Inhale, come back into the center, reach high, grow to the ceiling, pivot to the hips, and exhale, forward fold. Shuffle those hips back, reach those imaginary braces up if you need, settling into the center if and where and when you do need to. Inhale, come halfway up. So you can exhale, walk yourself back upright. Extend the legs forward so you can lower yourself onto your back for a tight little ball. Knees to the chest, head to the knees, squeeze it tight, have a little rock. This is enough, stay here, otherwise come into your happy baby. Releasing the legs, taking hold of your feet, or your ankles, or your shins, or the backs of your thighs. You can draw the knees down as best you can. Soles of the feet to the ceiling, head grounded, working the lower back to the floor and have a little rock. When you're happy with the core engaged, release the legs, stretch out like a giant cat. Reach the arms and legs in opposite directions, splay the fingers and toes. Press the lower back into the floor, stretch away as if I'm pulling you from all four limbs in different directions. And when you're ready, on the next exhale, come back into a tight little ball.
this is enough. You can stay here, otherwise release the legs, place the hands behind the backs of the knees and start to rock the length of the mat. If it's too much, just sit yourself up, otherwise have a little more of a rock. Eventually bring yourself up into a seated posture of choice. We're going to do a long round of Kalabati half bellows breath for those who'd like. If you'd rather do some extra stretches or a different technique, it's your choice. Handle the tummy though if you need to help keep the rhythm. Face and jaws relaxed, lips gently touching, eyes closed or a soft gaze. And for those who'd like to, let's begin. Snap those tummies in and up, forcing the exhale before passive releasing. Feel the heat, the energy, the tiredness, the fatigue build and leave you. We'll do 20 more before releasing to our natural breath. Now just release. Just let the natural breath return as you sit tall and allow yourself to smile. Feel how good it feels to lift the face by simply turning the lips upwards. And as you do, place the left hand onto heart center, right hand on top. Draw the elbows in, hug yourselves tight. Keep hugging yourself, and as you do, smile at your amazing body. And then say the following affirmation to help set the tone for the rest of your day. Today, I will focus on what I have and not what I perceive I lack. Today, I'll choose gratitude. Today, I'll face any challenges with courage and resilience. Today, I'll choose love. Today, I'll eat like I love myself, move like I love myself, and talk like I love myself. Today, I'll choose self-love. Purity of heart, for purity of speech, and for purity of mind. The light in me sees and salutes the light within you. Namaste. Please take your time. Thank you so much for joining me. It was wonderful to see you. Have a fantastic day. I look forward to seeing you all very soon. Thank you. Lovely to see you. Thank you.